Okay, for the properties of properties and uses of amides. Okay, so the simplest naturally occurring amide is, of course, urea, and we all know that urea is a water-soluble white solid that could be produced in the human body from the carbon dioxide and ammonia. So later on, dun sa ating if you're going to go to your biochemistry, malalaman natin how urea was being produced in the human body. Okay? So, of course, we know that synthetic urea, the one being produced, are used for as a fertilizer rather. Okay? But in the body, they are synthesized with the reaction of carbon dioxide with ammonia, and this one would be the urea, and of course, the side product is water. Okay? So, melatonin, on the other hand, is a polyfunctional amide. Pag sinabing polyfunctional amide, marami siyang other functional group aside from the amide linkage. So, if this is the amide linkage, kasi nga ang or amide functional group, meron tayong carbonyl group here and the amino group. Okay, so polyfunctional, makikita natin na meron pa siyang other functional group. So, this one is an ether, ROR yan. Okay? So, meron din tayong amine group dyan. Okay? So, of course, meron din tayong aromatic ring. So, it's a polyfunctional amide. Now, what is melatonin? This is a hormone primarily released by the pineal gland at night, so during the night, and has long been associated with the control of our sleep-wake cycle or pattern. Okay? So, as a dietary supplement, of course, ang melatonin, ay mga synthetic melatonin, they are used as a short-term treatment for insomnia. So, yung mga may problem sa pagtulog, okay, they use the synthetic melatonin as a supplement. Okay? So, kapag meron daw silang, hindi sila makatulog from their jet lag, from shift work, okay? So, they could be used as a supplement. And they are typically taken orally. Okay, so that is the melatonin. Now, for the barbiturates, these are cyclic amide compounds that are heavily used as group of prescription drugs. Okay, that causes relaxation, so they could act as a tranquilizer, and they also causes sleep as so they could be sedatives, and of course kapag they causes death once may overdose na ng barbiturates. Okay? So, all barbiturates are derivative of barbituric acid, okay, a cyclic amide that was first synthesized from the reaction of urea and malonic acid. So, this is the urea. So, still, this is an amide. And then you have malonic acid, which is a um, this is a dicarboxylic acid, no? Dalawa yung kanyang carboxylic acid. So, with the reaction of urea and malonic acid, we're going to have the cyclic derivative barbituric acid. Okay, so ito na yung foundation ng ating mga barbiturates. And of course, during the reaction, meron tayong na-produce na side product na water. Another use of amide is in the acetaminophen. Okay? Acetaminophen in 1992, this replaced the aspirin as a top-selling over-the-counter pain reliever. Okay? So, asa ng ating amide functional group? This one. Okay? Sa acetaminophen. Of course, meron din siyang hydroxyl and meron din siyang uh, aromatic ring. Okay? So, those are the important uses of amides. Now, for the reactions of amides with, uh, the reactions that will produce amides. Okay, so kailangan daw, so nasabi natin in the past that in order for us to produce primary amides, we need carboxylic acid and ammonia. Okay, so the mechanism is the, sorry, okay, the hydroxyl from the carboxylic acid and the hydrogen coming from the ammonia will react together to form the side product water. And of course, yung iniwan nilang bonds will bond together. So the part of the carboxylic acid tsaka itong ammonia will bond together so as to produce the primary amide. So ito na yung amide linkage. of course, this reaction will happen if we satisfy the temperature, which is 100 degrees Celsius, and of course, with the presence of a specific catalyst. Okay, sorry, oops. Okay, going back, another reaction is if we have here carboxylic acid and now we don't have ammonia, rather the ammonia, one of the hydrogen of ammonia from the first equation will be replaced by a series of carbon atom so that it will then become a primary amine. Okay, so ganun pa rin yung mechanism, no? So we have here the hydroxyl coming from the carboxylic acid and the hydrogen coming from, this time, the primary amine will react together to form the side product water. And then yung naiwan na bond here will be the place of attachment ng dalawang uh, substance, the carboxylic acid and the primary. So, dyan naman magfo-form ng bond so as we are going to produce the secondary amide. Okay? And of course, satisfied pa rin dapat ang temperature and catalyst. And then the last, in order for us to produce the tertiary amide, still we need the carboxylic acid and the secondary amine this time, wherein the ammonia coming, kung i-compare natin si secondary amine kay ammonia, of course, meron pa rin siyang nitrogen group, but this time, 2 hydrogen has been replaced by a series of carbon atoms in order for it to be classified as secondary amide. Nevertheless, ganun pa rin yung mechanism. Hydrogen from the carboxylic acid and, hydroxyl from the carboxylic acid and hydrogen coming from the secondary amide will react together and form water. And since they will be removed from those reactants, the two reactants then now will react together and form bond to produce the tertiary amide. Nevertheless, meron pa rin tayong this time, ito pala, C double bond O and the N, which is the still part of the amide linkage. Okay?